So today I'm going to do my information speech. I was originally going to do about how to make pasta, but since it doesn't fit my character, so I just decided to do homicide law. Yeah. Why not? So in terms of homicide law, there are 4 types, and these are the types. The first one is first-degree murder, and the second is second-degree murder. The third, voluntary manslaughter, and the last, involuntary manslaughter. And do you guys all know what the difference is? No? I didn't know at first before I researched, so I'll tell you today. So first-degree murder is homicide committed with malice. Malice means, so you first have the intent to kill, or the second is you have the intent to inflict serious bodily injury, or any form of wanton and misconduct. So if you have any one of those 3, you turn into malice. And the second, you need premeditation. That is, you have to plan beforehand that you wanted to murder someone. Like, say I wanted to murder Sunny, but say I planned it for a week. That means I have premeditation. And the third and last is deliberation. This means that I was under cool and no emotional distress. So if I killed Byung-il without drinking and in a cool mindset, that means I had deliberation. And normally, first-degree murder gets the punishment of life or capital punishment, according to the U.S. law. And also, an interesting thing is that felony murder is the murder committed during another crime, say when robbing someone or raping someone. And yeah, so if you commit murder during that process, it comes as first-degree murder. And the difference between first-degree and second-degree murder is that the second degree does not have to be premeditated, in that if it was out of no set plan to murder someone, you come under second-degree murder. And often you receive a punishment that is less than first-degree murder, often about 20 years to life in prison. And I guess I really like this quote, and I think it not only stresses the importance of our thoughts regarding homicide, but it also stresses the importance of premeditation within murder, and I guess that is why you don't see as much people going to capital punishment just for committing homicide, because they were not premeditated. And thirdly, voluntary manslaughter is homicide committed with malice, but it is under mistaken belief that self-defense was required. So say I was getting beaten up by someone really bad, that will come under that. And the second is killing in response to adequate provocation, which would cause reasonable person to react violently. Adequate provocation, that means say I see my spouse committing adultery, that will come under adequate provocation.
Seriously?
Or I see someone trying to kill my family, that also comes as adequate provocation. But the thing is, it is important to remember that there shouldn't be a cooling off period in which you can think reasonably. So if you didn't have the set time to react in that sense, it comes as voluntary manslaughter, and you receive punishment of 10 to 20 years in prison. And finally, the last is involuntary manslaughter. I personally found this very difficult to identify because it was kind of tricky, but I guess it is homicide without malice, but it involves criminal states of mind such as intent to slightly injure and not seriously injure, like first degree or second degree, or voluntary manslaughter, and also comes as criminal negligence, which means carelessness. An interesting case that I found on the news was that a person tried to commit suicide by jumping off a building. But on that process, he hit someone walking on the side of the road, and actually he survived, but the person on the road got killed. So he was charged with involuntary manslaughter and sentenced to 2 years in prison. And so, yeah, that was my presentation. Thank you.